In this video, we will be dividing fractions by whole numbers using models. So this is kind of like the opposite of what we did yesterday. Instead of having 4 candy bars, each broken into 3 pieces, we're going to have one square that's already been divided into a certain amount, and then we're going to divide it some more. So let's take a look at this very first one. As you can see, it is 1/5 divided by 3. So if you go ahead and look at the square, it's already been divided into fifths for you. Here's 1/5, here's 1/5, another 1/5, another 1/5, and the last 1/5. It's already been divided into fifths for you. So our job now is to divide all of it into 3 parts. Remember, like we discussed yesterday, if I'm going to divide something into 3, I'm going to draw 2 lines. So let's go ahead and draw our 2 kind of sort of straight lines. Looks good, looks good. Now, our job is to figure out what the fraction for this square or rectangle would be now. So we wanted to find 1/5. So here is our 1/5 divided into 3 pieces. So as you can see, I have my 1/5, this one right here, 1/5, and I've divided it into 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3 pieces. So we want to figure out what this piece here is because it's no longer 1/5. Now we have to figure out what it is now that we've divided our square more. So the way we're going to figure that out is we're going to count and see how many pieces there are inside this square. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 rectangles inside my square. And I just have 1/15 colored. So we took our 1/5. So this one row that I really couldn't circle, it got messy. Divide it into 3 parts. And one of those parts would be 1/15. It's a lot to draw to kind of make sense of it, but it'll make more sense the farther along we go. For the next one, you've got 1/4 divided by 2. So as you can see, we already have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. So your job now is to divide them into 2 parts. So one line straight down the middle. So again, we are going to be looking at this 1/4, this whole 1/4, and now it's divided into 2. So we're trying to find what this rectangle is now. We had that whole 1/4. Now we divided it into 2. So what is that rectangle now? We have to count how many rectangles we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means that this rectangle would be 1/8. 1/8. So 1/4 divided by 2 is 1/8. Let's go ahead and look at another one. For this one, we've got 1/3 divided by 4. As you can see, we already have 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So we divide it into 4 pieces. Remember, we draw 3 lines to do that. So one kind of straight down the middle, one here, and one here. So we are going to focus on this top 1/3. And we want to know what this one rectangle of that 1/3 is. So we're looking for one of the 4 pieces of the 1/3. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rectangles. So we know it's going to be out of 12. And this is one of the 12 rectangles. I want you to go ahead and try the next one, 1/7 divided by 5. All right, for 1/7 divided by 5, you should notice that we have 7 across this way. So there's your 1/7. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my 1/7. And I want to divide it into 5 pieces. So in order to do 5 pieces, we're going to draw 4 lines. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So again, we want to know how many rectangles there are total so we can figure out what fraction this rectangle is. So I know it's 5 this way and 7 this way. So that means there are 35 rectangles. And this is one of them. So you should have gotten 1/35. If you did not, make sure you go back and check your work so you get the same answer. Last question. Marco's birthday cake was huge. There was 1/4 of the cake left over. He cut the leftovers into 4 pieces and ate 1 piece. What fraction of the original cake did he eat? As you can see over here, we have the original cake. There was only 1/4 left over. So go ahead and see if you can write the equation and solve the problem. For this one, you should have written there was 1/4 of the cake left over. We've already highlighted it. And he cut it into 4 pieces. So let's go ahead and cut 1, 2, 3 lines for 4 pieces. So remember, he only had the highlighted part left over. He cut that into 4 pieces and ate 1 of the pieces. So we're trying to find the fraction for that square. I know that it's 4 this way and 4 this way, so there were 16 pieces originally. He ate 1/16 of the original cake. He ate 1/4 of the 1/4, so he ate 1/16 of the original cake. Make sure your notes look like mine. If you have any questions, be sure to ask and go ahead and get started on that classwork.